Yeah, Christ love, Yahweh. I have a new song and I'm going to use my inspiration. I will open up this book. I have two very short Bible verses. And I must speak about something for my followers. I get to the book of St. Matthew's and I'm going to get down to the 14th verse where it reads, "Don't misunderstand why I have come. I did not come to abolish the law of Moses or the writings of the prophets. No, I came to fulfill them. I assure you, until heaven and earth disappear, even the smallest detail of God's law will remain until its purpose is achieved. So if you break the smallest commandment and teach others to do the same, you will be called least. You will be the least in the kingdom of heaven. But if anyone who obeys God's laws and teaches them, will be great in the kingdom of heaven. But I warn you, unless you obey God better than the teachers of the religious law and the Pharisees do, you can't enter the kingdom of heaven at all." And it gets me to the law of Moses in the book of Deuteronomy. And when I get to the book of Deuteronomy, in the 4th chapter, I just highlight something because I can't read all of it. There's a verse, looks like it's the 18th verse. It says, "So do not corrupt yourselves by making a physical image in any form." Then when you go down, it says in the 20, whatever verse that is, it says, "In the future, when you have children and grandchildren and have lived in the land a long time, do not corrupt yourselves by making idols of any kind." So first it says, of any form, don't make an idol. Then it says, don't make an idol of any kind. But right in between there's another covenant about what I read about in the book of St. Matthew's about breaking the least of the commandments. It says here in the 23rd verse, it says, "So be careful not to break the covenant of the Lord, the covenant the Lord your God has made with you." That's very deep because Moses told them that they could actually break the covenant of the Lord. Now, how you do that? It says you will break it if you make idols of any shape or form. You will break the covenant of the Lord if you make an idol out of the shape of any, in the form of any shape or form, for the Lord your God has absolutely forbidden this. So as I am teaching my followers, and I have another book here. This one is called A Course in Miracles. It's called A Course in Miracles. And A Course in Miracles is well known. The President of the United States of America placed A Course in Miracles in the world with the Holy Spirit. And this book, A Course in Miracles, the blue book, it speaks very much about idolatry. Idolatry, which the Bible forbids idolatry. Now, what is idolatry? Idolatry is simply the worshiping of idols. Now, what is an idol? An idol is something that you give reverence. You express reverence for some kind of deity. You make it out to be something that it's not, but you express reverence for some kind of deity. And a deity obviously is trying to replace God in your thoughts or in your mind. So in this blue book, it speaks about idolatry, and in the red book, it warns against idolatry and tells you that if you make a shape out of any form, you have broken the covenant of the Lord. Now, As logo circle 7, the lords of the earth left me as king of the whole earth. Yahweh, they left me and they went past heaven. So I told you guys in the book of Matthew that until heaven and earth disappears, it disappeared for them. They left me, logo circle 7. Then they came here to Venus, past heaven, above the earth, to Venus. And now they're worshiping the shape of a circle everywhere in the United States of America. You got cars with circles all on them. You got houses with circles all inside of them everywhere. Screws, doorknobs, pots and pans, cups, plates, circles everywhere. Now, what's significant about circles? My name is Logo Circle 7. And when the Lords left the earth some hundreds of years ago and left me on the earth for not honoring the Lord of hosts and the God of hosts, they came all the way here to heaven, or past heaven to Venus, renamed Venus the earth for them, called a new earth from the book of Isaiah, and then placed an idol in front of them and broke the covenant of the Lord by placing the shape of a circle everywhere around them so they can remember Logos Circle 7. So on Venus, my name is 7 Circle Logos. My name also connotates to love. I have a song about it. Like to hear it? Here you go. Wait. The voice. Love Yahweh. Love Yahweh. Logo circle 7, 7 circle logo. Ooh-wee. Christ love Yahweh. Ooh-wee. Christ love Yahweh. Logo circle 7, 7 circle logo. Yo, L-O-V, love. Love. Yahweh. Logo circle 7, 7 circle logos. Christ love. Yo, L-O-V. Betty, tell her the truth. I am the universe. Love. Yo, L-O-V. Love. Yo, L-O-V. Love. Logo circle 7, 7 circle logo. Christ love Yahweh. Yahweh. circle, circle logos. G-A-V-A-G. Christ love. Yahweh, Yahweh, love. Yo, I am the universe. Love. Yo, love. Ready, tell her. Tell her the truth. Logo circle, circle logos. Yeah, Christ love. Ooh, love. Yahweh. Yahweh. I am who I am and I will be who I will be. Love Yahweh. I am that I am. I am the universe. Love. Yo, love. I am love. Yahweh.